Should work. Make the rhythm before you can break it. You can't shock people's expectations before they have them. So if you limit your artists to that which pleases you, never let them make any art. So many artists just take their art home and they do a job of repeating and demeaning their favorite creations. Partying it out and selling their love. They shouldn't hear these words. Because love doesn't come back. And I'm really sorry that the world leaves them no recourse. And maybe I will be there before long. I'm sorry because this taxes the faith of the individual. Technologies, we've really changed the narrative, even though no one's talking the narrative yet. The availability of production, because I can record this for you at no cost. I can share it with you at no cost. Things which, when I was born, would have involved so much effort. So much invested money just to make the recording. And there have always been people who made the art. The real kind, the folk art, has something to do with the struggle of the people. Because what's any of this for if I'm just talking inane bullshit? Printing up a lie when you deserve the truth. We all deserve the truth. Truth comes suddenly on Judgment Day. The truth is applied to us. Same things that make these technologies available are going to be applied to our lives. It's not a bad thing, so long as there's some quality to our existence. If you only consume, you're just a parasite until you're eaten, then you're food. And we're all food. Some good things, like plants. I saw a saying, an old saying, and it talked about how plants, with their roots, pull the soil up. So Western, so wrong, so wrong. They do get nutrients from the soil. But you know what a plant is mostly made of? Carbon. And if you take carbon dioxide and release O2, you took carbon out of the thin fucking air. And we learn this. So was the old person inspired by the plants and their humble productivity wrong? Not entirely. But they implied there was work to be done. There's no work to be done. Not anymore. The work is done by the system, by machines, by correctly built up processes that autonomously free humanity once we stop letting people steal all the product as though they're doing something while they're at home. They could at least be making music. And if they were making music, wouldn't they be able to play? What have they been doing with their time? Have they been refining their spirit? Real-time rhythm took me as I have it anyways. But I think most people would let you know, just jam it. It can be hard. And everything is hard before it's practiced. And what is excellent, what is majestic in its complexity, is more an action of will than gravity. And yet the whole time, gravity is there. And we even have situations where gravity is a problem. They went up to space to print a heart, because without gravity, they could put the flimsiest walls in place and they would stand. Should your community leadership ignore progress? And do they do more than offer excuses for why things are the way they are? Do they offer you a way out? Or do they just offer you thoughts and prayers? As though that was enough. As though that mattered. As though that was anything but dismissive of your struggle. 3 lost generations. I was mad when I was 20. And that was 20 years ago. It's natural the kids are trying to find some inspiration besides the seniority. You really gotta watch out for this rancid seniority. Few good people giving good faith guidance. Guidance that's not in some way meant to exploit you. Guidance that is good for you. Not the system. Not me. Someone talking to you like they see you and they give a fuck. Why is it so fucking hard to find? How can we judge young people when so many seniors can't do a fucking thing to help? Not many are even free enough to learn how to evolve to a lower overhead existence, a more efficient mousetrap, a more free existence. We're not going to fix things until we get active fixing them. We're not going to live in a better world until we make it. And with this technology, we absolutely have so many options right now. So, be a good person to your people. best person to your people. Be your brother's shepherd. The sheep never like seeing the sheepdog unless the wolf shows up. The sheepdog has to live with that knowledge. And a good sheepdog, while establishing a dominance, doesn't cause much harm. Because all the harm the sheepdog understands, all the harm that it causes, it's about to live alongside. What happens when our communities can no longer separate? When everything that's ever done to anybody is on record, and the people who feel slighted can slander forward. And their slander is not just running in their little circles. Rather, everyone who's willing to listen to them. It's happening in a small form right now with the social media. These things happen in small forms. We talk about them in the future as though there might be a single person doing it. But so much of what I was told to fear in the Cold War era movies, things that we were afraid that Russia would one day do, for some reason we were only worried about Russia doing it. We didn't care when Google did it. We didn't care when Amazon did it. We didn't care when Microsoft did it. The same implications strategically apply, even beyond the dreams of those ridiculous movies that were just used to traumatize an ignorant loser populace. Because that is the American populace. Ignorant, dumb, worthless. They don't even know how much they suck. They think these suburbs are something to be proud of, while they're comedically inefficient. They're just bad. Bad. Suburbs suck. What the fuck? When I was in Edinburgh, we were staying at a bed and breakfast over a bakery. You'd walk out the door, 3 feet away, you'd get fed. And there was everything else within walking distance. It wasn't even on a road that people could drive on. I think. It's been some years. About 10. That structure of mixed use zoning versus single family home. Look it up. On YouTube, there's people giving you all the details on everything but the machine learning, which I am here to help you with, the machine learning. And to learn like a machine how to defend your life from material scarcity. Because they're not going to need employees much longer. And once there's no employees, who's gonna get the services? We're in the mix of this right now. I want to help you learn. Everything is just a pattern. Repeated pattern sets up an expectation. And a big enough shift that I'm making, this effort of mine, is a repeated action I've done for many years. So that I could do this for you right now. The difference is, once I'm doing this into social media, sound waves don't stop. The message, the art, the vibe persists for all time until the data is destroyed. I saw this time coming a long time ago, which is why I knew to practice for the one thing that can never be taken from anyone: their soul, their intellect, their character, their love. Try to separate a man from his soul, you will only strengthen his and lose your own, which is a Brother Ali quote from one of his songs. True. These patterns show up in more places than you might realize. The philosopher sees the world of forms. Forms are patterns. And our body naturally recognizes patterns, expects their repetition. And magic, all that magic is that violation of our expectations to such an extent that we suspend our belief in reality. It's about our sensibilities being utterly overwhelmed. Such as our strategies are against an aimbot. The same people who want to call themselves gamers, who measure how good of a gamer they are by the reaction speed of their hand, are so masturbatory as to be comedic. You don't know strategy. Play some chess. Do some math. Engineer a solution if you can manage. But God bless you regardless. Because we are on this boat together. It's a rock called Earth. We gotta work together, you guys. We gotta stop being assholes. We can't just go do whatever the hell we want. We gotta synergize the music. And people who can't even improv, how the fuck are they ever going to catch up? Are we gonna stop and wait for them while they give us their excuses for why it is we can no longer dance? You gonna stop dancing for them? Swing low, sweet chariot. And carry them back here where we dance. And we'll gently, so gently, welcome them back into the fold. And once they're dancing, send the chariot out again for more that need help. pulling them out of oppression, opening their eyes, breathing life into their soul again, demonstrating wabi-sabi, what is broken can be rehealed, and what is rehealed is absolutely stronger than what was once broken. Growth happens, scarification is not something to be embarrassed of. Your trauma, your life, the things which you've done wrong, do yourself a favor, understand them, and when you talk to people, own them. Don't expect them to chase after you, and if they're a company that will weaponize it against you, get rid of them. Because relationships don't have to be combative. And a lot of really awful folk have been shitting downhill and taking advantage of people. But you know what? Those meek individuals are my favorite folk. They're my biggest fans when I'm running around kicking ass. I love them. They're the ones it's for. So when you look at the plastic and wonder why it is that it's all cracked once I'm past, that's intentional. This is folk music. This is real living art, manifested to deliver a message to you that you're worth it, that this is just a matter of practice. I did not have a lick of rhythm until I was 20 years old. And now, here I am, at 40, working on doing handstands. You can learn at any time. And you start gentle, you start slow. You find people who believe in lifelong learning, on Renaissance individuals who give a shit about the future. That, or you wallow in the situation you're in. Whenever you're ready to get seriously active about challenging yourself, you won't resent when somebody else challenges you. The challenge is a chance to rebalance, a chance to learn more about each other. You decide if you want to be the kind of person who has this evolution in their life, or if you're too weak. And there's no shame, because if you're too weak, you're just going to slow us down. Just go do whatever the fuck it is you want.